Hello and welcome back to another Division 2 video. It feels like a while since I've had a chance to talk about the Division 2, but coming straight off the heels of the Ubisoft Forward, how could I not? There is a lot of exciting things coming, especially if you've never purchased Warlords of New York. There is something very big happening for you with Year 6 Season 1, which is starting tomorrow on the 11th of June. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at everything coming with Year 6, as well as the patch notes for Season 1 of Year 6, so let's get straight into that. First thing, we have Year 6, the Division 2, the road ahead. As we reflect on the past year, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. Year 5 was filled with exciting updates and improvements, from Project Resolve to the unexpected story twist of Season 3. Now we embark on Year 6, we are thrilled to unveil what's in store for our dedicated agents. And there we can see the roadmap for Year 6. We have Season 1, one endgame, Season 2, revamped Seasons 2.0, and going into 2025, we have the new DLC taking us back to Brooklyn, then Season 3 with updated player expression, which they didn't go too much into during the Ubisoft Forward, but people have a few theories about that one. Year 6 is a year of transformation, as we gear up to deliver even more thrilling content to enhance your gaming experience, with 3 seasons planned, each bringing fundamental changes to the endgame and our seasonal model. We are committed to taking the game to new heights of accessibility and engagement. The first season of Year 6, First Rogue, kicks off on June the 11th. Aaron Keener will be making a return to Washington, D.C., and we invite you to embark on a dangerous journey to uncover his true intentions. Learn more about all the new gear available for Season Pass owners in our Year 6 Season 1 First Rogue patch notes, which we will be going through after this article. There is Keener, the man himself, chilling on his throne. Okay, one endgame. The Division 2 endgame offers a wealth of content, providing hundreds of hours of gameplay. Acknowledging that some players did not have access to this content, we are excited to announce that in Year 6, we will be making the endgame accessible to all Division 2 players. That means even if you do not own Warlords of New York, you can play the endgame. You can get to level 40, you can play the seasons. This is a fantastic change. Our goal is to bring all Division 2 players up to level 40, ensuring that everyone can fully enjoy the new content we are developing. Again, I think this is great. I think you won't be able to go to New York, you won't get the story of Woney. It just means you can hit level 40 and also play those seasons, which is the main endgame right now. With the start of Year 6 Season 1, players can reach level 40 without owning Warlords of New York expansion and get access to past and future endgame content. Activities such as incursions, seasons, manhunts, countdown, raids, previously available only to Warlords of New York owners, are now accessible at level 40 to all Division 2 players. This change benefits all players, ensuring a level playing field in terms of content access. Players who do not own Warlords of New York can now experience and enjoy the true endgame, while those who are already there will witness the matchmaking queues filling up with new players and a new life taking over in social aspects of the game. This is the first thing that came to my mind. When I heard this announcement, I thought matchmaking is going to pop off. I think I even tweeted about it. The queues are going to be fantastic. Wherever there's been dips, we will have new players coming into the endgame, trying to get into Countdown, trying to get into the raids, trying to get into all sorts. It's going to be a great time for all players. It's really going to breathe new life into that endgame. Season 2.0. Seasons were introduced to the Division 2 in March 2020 with the release of Warlords of New York. They have become a key aspect of the endgame, yielding positive results that have strengthened player engagement. However, after 4 years, this model has reached its limit. We have gained valuable insights into what works and what doesn't with each new season. It has become a bit harder to bring novelty and surprise. To prepare for the game's future, we need to reevaluate our seasonal model, update it, and equip ourselves with the right tools to make each season truly unique. Season 2.0 will offer an exciting mix of new gameplay elements, new story, and rewards, all presented in a fresh way that allows for greater creativity and surprise. I'm all up for this. Personally, I have to confess the seasons have been getting stale. Other than just chasing a new backpack trophy, it just feels like we've been on a bit of a treadmill recently, so I'm absolutely ecstatic to hear that they're going to be shaking things up with the new season, Season 2.0. At the core of this new model is a major shift, the introduction of seasonal characters. By focusing the seasonal experience on new characters exclusively, we can create something unique each season with much more control over general balancing and player experience, without being constrained by legacy of each individual existing character. So to be honest, this was a bit of a surprise. I have played games before that use seasonal characters where every time there's a new season, you start a completely fresh character. But I didn't quite expect it from The Division 2. I am curious to see if we're going to be getting more character slots to go along with this. Most of us already have maxed out our 4 character slots. So if they're expecting me to delete one of my characters, I mean, I will, but I don't want to because I've put a lot of time into that character, and I'm sure a lot of you have as well. So fingers crossed we get new slots for this. But I can't see it happening, I'll be honest. Each season is meant to be experienced from level 1, featuring a fully revamped and accelerated progression designed to swiftly guide players to the endgame, while gradually introducing all game mechanics to prepare them for level 40. Seasons will offer a flexible structure allowing players to progress in many ways, but also provide clear guidance with series of objectives and projects to accompany players through their progression journey. To create and maintain an ever-fresh experience, each season will introduce a new set of gameplay modifiers, enabling new playstyles and challenges that will require a re-evaluation of established strategies and builds. At the end of each season, all your hard-earned XP and rewards will be transferred to your main character, while seasonal characters will be added to your roster. So this is what I mean. Will that character then become our 5th character? Or will we need an open slot for that character to go into? I am very curious about this. Also, I understand the XP will be moved onto our main character, which means our SHD level will take a big boost up. But what about the rewards? Are they talking cosmetic? And what will happen to all the loot that character has? Manhunt 2.0. Manhunts have also undergone a transformation in Year 6 with the introduction of weekly scouts that offer engaging activities for seasonal characters. With scouts, the Manhunt story will now progress weekly instead of monthly, offering additional activities to engage in without disrupting your seasonal progress. As always, the Manhunt events will conclude with a new climax mission, but with a twist: the introduction of a new difficulty level called Master. The Master difficulty will be available on top of existing climax mission difficulties, normal through heroic, providing a challenging gameplay experience tailored for a team of 4 players. So that sounds like they're trying to make the climax mission a little bit more like an incursion. Maybe without the puzzles, but just to give you that extra bit of difficulty. I'm not sure why we couldn't have just gone with legendary, but you know, more is good. I'm just happy we're getting more difficulty, more things to do. This is all great news to me. And this is one that kind of had me curious. Player expression. Later in the year, we will be thrilled to introduce a new array of enhanced player customization features. The Division 2 offers a wide range of options to customize your character. To enhance your experience, we are excited to introduce a streamlined customization flow. This new approach will consolidate all customization features into a single user-friendly interface. Simply the process of personalizing your character to suit your style and making it more enjoyable. Furthermore, we are exploring new ways to showcase your characters in existing menus and allow you to proudly display your achievements. So actually reading that sounds less like something new we're getting and more just like a revamp of the user interface, which makes sense. But I'm kind of hoping we also get new customization to go along with this. New things to play with, new styles, maybe a couple of new customization slots or options? I don't know, excited to find out more. And finally we have DLC. Year 6 will accumulate in a new story DLC that takes the players back to where it all began, Brooklyn, New York. Stay tuned for more updates on this exciting new chapter in the world of The Division 2. Get ready to dive into the action, uncover new mysteries, and experience the thrill of Year 6 in Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Let's make this year one to remember, the Division 2 team. That is all great. I am so happy this is coming tomorrow. I'm looking forward to booting up and getting a seasonal character going and just seeing how that is, really. Okay, let's get into the patch notes for Year 6 Season 1 First Rogue. So content, we have Season 1 First Rogue Manhunt, we have the Calendar 1 Endgame, Gear, Weapons and Talents, Apparel Event, and the Season Pass. Year 5 Season 3 ended with a shocking revelation. Rogue Agent Number 1 and sworn nemesis of the Division, Aaron Keener, is alive. In her hunt for truth, Agent Kelso located him and decided to join forces with him. The line between light and dark, agent and rogue keeps blurring as we learn that Aaron Keener was working with Fei Lao to undermine the Black Tusk and neutralize the Hunter threat during the events of Warlords of New York. Keener is coming to Washington DC, and he has sent us an invitation to parley. But first, we will need to pass his twisted trials and prove our worth. An alliance with Keener and his rogues could be the key to stopping Natalia Sokolova and the Black Tusk. But what will the cost be? Can Keener be trusted? Is the enemy of our enemy truly our friend? This is going to be a crazy season story-wise. We have got the calendar. So June 11th we have Target Echo, July 9th we have Hercules, Leto on August 6th, and Nyx on September the 3rd. And opposed to an actual target, we're going to have to pass a little test, move along until we can eventually meet the big man himself. We have one endgame that is coming tomorrow, June the 11th. Then we have a brand new apparel event, Crossroads. I do love me an apparel event. One endgame. With Year 6 Season 1 First Rogue, we are unifying the Division 2 and Warlords of New York DLC owners in one endgame. All owners of Tom Clancy's The Division 2 will now be able to level up their characters to level 40 without needing to own Warlords of New York. Players will be able to keep leveling their characters beyond 30 in the streets of Washington DC and reach the level 40 cap without any additional purchase. Upon reaching level 40, the endgame will be available to all agents. This includes all level 40 items implemented in the past years, seasons, and all of their activities, leagues, global events, apparel events, manhunts, including the new Year 6 Season 1 First Rogue Manhunt, level 40 game modes, the Summit, Countdown, and the recently released Incursion Paradise Lost. Warlords of New York remains available as an additional purchase, offering exclusive story, New York South Manhattan map, and special gear. World tier removal. Wow, there's a lot to go through here. So really, the in and out of this is world tiers are gone. I'm assuming now, when you hit level 30, you just go straight to 31 all the way up to 40, and world tiers are no more. There's some other changes, so obviously raids are available at 40, targeted loot is available at 40, specializations now unlock at 30, and this is all as you'd expect. Gear score removal for certain story-related invasion strongholds. All fantastic, I think this is great. This just streamlines how leveling works. We've gotten rid of the weird world tier, so it doesn't go from 1 to 30 to world tier, 31 to 40. Now we just go 1 to 40. Makes perfect sense to me, streamlines the whole thing. Commendations. With the removal of the world tier system, the hardcore gear distinction commendation will no longer be relevant and thus will be removed from the game. Players who have already obtained this arm patch associated with this commendation will retain it, but new players will no longer be able to complete it. To compensate for the removal, we are adding 5 new commendations to Descent. Descent Loop 6 Award, Descent Basic, Descent 50 Award, Descent High Roller, Perfect Descent. So there's some new commendations there, but we are losing one, which means some people are going to have an extremely rare arm patch now. So if you have the hardcore gear distinction commendation arm patch, congratulations. That's it, it's gone, it's rare, it's super rare now. Gear, weapons, and talents. Get ready to gear up and arm yourself with new weapons and gear in Year 6 Season 1. This includes 2 new named weapons, a bunch of new talents, plus a gear set and a brand set. Exotic wise, you've got 1 exotic gear piece and 1 exotic weapon. First up, we have the new exotic shotgun Overlord. Hitting an enemy will apply a stack of -4 movement speed for each pellet hit for 5 seconds. Shooting again will reapply stacks. So this is a debuffing weapon. It's going to slow enemies down. Interesting. I like the fact we're getting into the realms of buffs and debuffs, and it's starting to feel a little bit more MMO light, dare I say. Let's see what else we've got going. So we have Acosta's knee pads to go with the backpack. Talent escape plan. Vaulting, climbing, or dropping from top an obstacle gives +10 movement speed for 3 seconds. After not moving for 5 seconds, receive +20 movement speed for 5 seconds. When affected by a status effect, a +10% movement speed is granted for 5 seconds. Max movement speed bonus is 20%. The bonus does not stack with movement speed bonuses from other sources. -50% movement impairment penalty from status effects. So again, we can debuff enemies by slowing them down, then using these we can buff ourselves to go faster. These are going to be great. I'm definitely going to find a use for these. I love the idea of being able to get around a bit quicker, especially if you're doing farming runs or crate runs, anything like that. Going faster is always better. New gear, we have the Breaking Point gear set. 2 pieces gives us 25% rifle damage and 25% MMR damage. 3 pieces is 30% headshot and 15% weapon handling. And 4 pieces gives us the talent On Point. Hitting a shot using a rifle or MMR grants a stack. Reloading will grant 2% weapon handling and 4% weapon damage per stack for 10 seconds. No stacks are required while the bonuses are active. The timer running out will refill your magazine. Switching weapons while the bonuses are active will stop the effect and refill your magazine. Switching weapons while the bonuses are not active will remove all stacks and refill your magazine. We've got the chest, gives us the point of no return, increase on point bonus timer from 10 to 15 seconds, and the backpack gives us point of honor. Increase on point weapon damage bonus from 4 to 6. That sounds pretty fun. It's a gear set leaned towards rifles and sniper rifles. I'll definitely give it a play, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be particularly stand out. Anyway, we'll have to give it a go. Next, we have the new brand set, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. The one piece gives us 15% mag size, which is genuinely really good. 1 piece of that's worth taking. We have 2 pieces for 20% rifle damage, 3 pieces for 30% weapon handling. Then we have the named gear. We have Bobber with Perfect Entrenched. If you're below 30% armor, headshots from cover repair 30% of your armor, cooldown 2 seconds. And then we have the gloves Eagle's Grasp, which have the Perfect attribute 15% weapon handling. Then we have the new named weapons and talents. We have the Thorn, which is a named Spaz 12. Receive +3 amplified damage on the next shot with the weapon for each pellet that hits the target, if at least 4 pellets hit. That's pretty strong. It's going to be good to see shotguns coming back. We also have Like Glue. This is a Super 90, it's got the exact same talent. And then finally we have Brazen, which is the exact same talent. However, instead of 4 pellets hit, you need 6 pellets hit. Obviously, because this isn't going to be the perfect version. Next, we have some balancing existing gear, and it is the Diamondback Rifle. Increased damage from 329,000 to 342,000, and the magazine size from 5 to 8. That's pretty decent. Then we have changes to its talent, Agonizing Bite. Diamondback randomly marks an enemy within 20 meters. If no enemies are within 20 meters, it marks the closest enemy to you. This is a fantastic change. It makes it more predictable. Opposed to it randomly picking an enemy and you having to guess where it's going to go, you can almost tell where it will be. If you kill a target, you know it's going to target whoever's closest to you. And then we have the new apparel event, Crossroads. Now, the first thing I am noticing is we have a full trench coat. That will obviously be an outfit, that won't just be a chest piece, but we have a full black trench coat. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy about that. Pretty cool outfit. This has got a bit of a Rikers vibe. Crossroads. In Season 1 First Rogue, we're launching an apparel event called Crossroads. This apparel event will include items that will allow players to wear attire of their favourite characters from the Operation Crossroads trilogy. Which, if you're not familiar, Operation Crossroads is a series of 3 books by Thomas Parrott set in the Division universe, Recruited, Compromised, and Hunted. Fantastic books. I definitely recommend you give them a read if you haven't already. And it's pretty cool that we're getting these kind of in-universe crossovers where we're able to get attire from characters from different stories within the Division universe. Personally, I love this. I think this is great. Apparel event keys for the apparel cache can be earned through the following sources. 1 key granted to all players, SHD leveling, 1 key for every 4 SHD levels, direct purchase with premium credits, and if you are a Year 6 Season 1 Premium Pass owner, you'll also be granted 3 extra keys. This is exactly the same as every other apparel event we've had. I'm looking forward to this one. I want me that trench coat. I really want that trench coat. Season Pass. The operational Season Pass is available for 1,000 premium credits in the in-game store. For the first time ever, Year 6 Season 1 First Rogue is available to all Division 2 players and does not require the ownership of Warlords of New York DLC. Which means, if you don't own WONI, you can join in with the endgame, get to level 40, if you want to buy the Season Pass, buy the Season Pass. You get some extra goodies, you get some extra cosmetics, there's usually a couple of outfits, some masks. There's some good stuff in there. I've picked up each one and I've not really been disappointed. In addition, players with the Season Pass can gain access to the following premium track rewards: 10 weapon skins, 10 gear dies, 2 vanity outfits, and 1 face mask, which I'm assuming this is the outfit here. I am loving this hoodie with the zip. Very fitting. Since we're kind of going to play with the rogues, very fitting. You can also track some of the top level investigations being conducted by the team over on our known issues board. I will link that in the description if you want to take a look at that for yourselves, as well as the link to these patch notes. And last but not least, to help agents stay fresh in the scorching summer of Washington DC, we will be hosting a special summer event this August. More information to come. So we've got some seasonal events coming too, which is pretty awesome. That wasn't even on the roadmap. What do you make of everything coming in Season 1 of Year 6? Are you excited? It is literally around the corner. If you don't own Warlords of New York, what do you think about being able to join everyone else in the endgame? I mean, that's got to be some great news for you folks. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more Division 2 videos, and I'll see you in DC. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.